All right, welcome everybody to Office Hours this Friday evening. My name is Neps. I am your community manager, and if you're joining us for the first time, your questions will be taken in text from the Ask DCUO text chat channel at the top of this Discord server, and we'll be answering them here in voice chat. This is a special Office Hours because we have Daybreak Austin Studio CEO Jack Emmert with us.
Hey guys.
And when you're ready for questions, let us go. Nothing's off the table.
Yep. Just shoot it on in.
So I can actually probably read the question to you, and then you can.
You sure? Oh, you want to read it so everybody else can
hear
see what it is.
See what we're answering. So don't be afraid, folks. Go ahead and type your questions, and we'll get started.
All right. So let's talk about. Let's see. Revafall. Asking a question just about why we have invisible walls up everywhere in the war-torn village. That's really because of things, either because of AI pathing, because critters wouldn't be able to get to you if you could fly in places. And it's also because you as a player might get stuck in weird places. So that's why there are those invisible walls there. So yeah. I love the why don't we get a discount on the second weapon we buy from the vendor?
So I think you're maybe referring to once you've completed the set of gear, you get a discount on the next set of gear, but you don't get a discount on multiple weapons. If I'm reading that right, let us know. And that's a good note. That's a good thing.
That's a good note, actually. Yeah. I don't mind changing that. And that's not like a big deal.
You'll notice I take notes over here. So
let's see, Black Dawn. I've enjoyed it an awful lot. It's exciting to be in development again. For a period of time, I was just an executive at Perfect World. I wasn't hands-on development, so I'm pretty happy to be back at it. And I love superheroes, as anybody who knows me. So I'm really enjoying it.
And Jarrett says, "What do you think of the revamp so far?"
Well, I think, the big thing we had to sit down, because revamp has been going on forever, is kind of setting what our parameters and our goals were. And I think they kind of got off kilter. But ultimately, what we want to do is present players with all the powers with as little changes as is necessary. But we want to make skill points valuable. That's basically the whole genesis of all of this. And we might have gotten off the path a little while when we started doing dramatic changes to the powers, which everybody knew and loved. So I think we're getting closer to the end. Certainly, I think we're not talking a very long time before we can push that live. So I'd say, all in all, I'm happy that we're almost done. I'm not happy that it went on forever.
And I'd say we've learned quite a lot in the process, which is going to keep bearing fruit even after we're done.
Can members, timeline, can members get a free respec when stats come out as a member perk since the powers change? We'll definitely be doing something like that for when stats matter gets pushed out.
Yeah. As in letting you respend your powers, letting you change your power set.
I don't mind everybody getting a free one changer. I think that's a great idea.
Can we get dual wield scarecrow cleavers soon?
Probably not. I think it would intersect with everything.
That's a good point. Devross says, would you be willing to add bios for players so they can create their characters for others to read?
Yeah, we used to do that in City of Heroes. Did you do it back then, Devross? So you should type the answer in there. We should note that down. I don't see why not. I think the difficulty is that so many of our players are console players that they can't realistically type it unless they want to drive themselves insane. Can we get the Bombshell Wonder Woman? Magician wants the Wonder Woman Bombshell Shield style on the marketplace that was given as a member.
So if you didn't get it as a member
gift. As a member gift. Oh, we'll just subscribe. Geez, Magician, for one single month.
Or if you want more than just that one style and one character, they'd like to be able to purchase it in the marketplace.
Okay, well, why don't you write that down?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Is there any chance we can make progression consistent. I mean, it's all kind of foobar. You have Age of Justice, which was 6 months. Now it's down to 3. We have it's all good. So the reason why things, Lantern Jacob, are inconsistent is because we are trying lots of new and different things. And we are trying to kind of hone in on what do content updates look like for DCUO. And I think we're getting closer and closer. In general, we're going to have an update every 3 months. Now, whether that update always raises the CR level, whether it's available to everyone, we're trying to kind of figure that out. We've gone through several different permutations, and some people like one thing and another. But ultimately, the goal is that we're not only satisfying those people at endgame, but we're also helping people level up either their alts or especially the new players, and they also can access at least something that's new. So. Bluard Blur. Yeah, that was actually a misinterpretation. He says, Jack said that the number of endgame players is very small. Putting SP caps doesn't help at all with Stats Matter. How are you going to keep endgame players playing and have more endgame players? Okay, so first of all, let's define endgame. Endgame would be the very, very, very max CR level.
Like most recent episode.
The most recent episode, you've totally leveled up. So that's what I call endgame. The actual thing is we have more endgame players than we've ever had. The problem is that they're more spread out over many different CR levels, right? So if you think about the endgame as anything past 30, we have a ton of players in that. The problem is that they're getting more and more spread out as we add to the top. And so putting SP caps.
Skill point caps?
Putting skill point caps.
I don't know exactly. Oh, you mean, I think he's saying he can only spend 175, 200, whatever points in abilities that impact his role specifically, and doesn't want to spend skill points in other things. We've talked about this a little bit, like 2 weeks ago, maybe a week ago, just as far as will those expand over time, and should a DPS ever put a skill point in something like health or something. As a request, we get that one every single week. That suggestion. Will there be any future changes to the membership? Increase bank size, lower price?
I'm sure that we'll be always looking at it to try to see, make sure the members are getting their value. What can be done to decrease or eliminate the gold sellers on chat? You just got to report them. I mean, it's like that in every MMO I've ever played. We ever released the Batman-inspired mask to non-pre-2011 members?
That was the exclusive we gave away after the hack in 2011. So the answer is no.
No. geez. I would still like to see the Lantern Ring styles. I know there are no plan for Lantern Pillowed styles would be cool. I know I'm not the only one who wants this. Any thoughts on that? Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Do you mean just colors, or do you mean something else?
Do you mean the costumes? Because we already have the symbols. So, or do you mean just being able to tint your...
I'm guessing they mean I want my ring not to be green if I'm light and not to be red if I'm rage, but to be...
That's a good one.
Whatever.
Will you be able to get another Amazon Fury hair pack with new hairs? Can we get any info on water powers? Water powers are very soon, thank God.
Yeah. So stats revamp first, water powers next.
Yeah. So thank God. And then, because we promised you that a year and a half ago, and more than that. Oh, Jesus. That's why I don't promise. That's why I do not promise. I don't give dates. I just don't do it. Because inevitably we won't hit it. Forever is needed. Ooh, I like that answer. That's how long stats revamp. Trexlight loves stats matter. Loves it.
He likes testing it. How about Amazon Fury hair pack?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I don't know. Yeah, we could look at doing hair. I don't know why not.
We've done previous ones. They've sold okay.
Yeah. Yes, my question was about a lot of us buy multiple pieces of vendor gear, getting the discount carried over. Okay, yeah, we put that down, Mr. Muzzy, about getting the discount on the weapons. Okay. I'm not against that. There might be a reason why that's difficult to hook up, but does Revamp have a date yet? Yes, it does, but I'm not going to share it yet. It's soon, because if I don't hit that date, you'll all be mad. So.
It's always had a goal, and that goal has changed many times.
Yes.
It has not yet had a public date and does not have a goal. Oh, why is it doing
that? Yeah, it keeps on jumping on.
Hang on, I'm going to do this. So
oh my gosh.
Here we go. Black Dawn, Lantern Healers anytime soon or at all?
No time soon. Many commented, any chance of launching DC Universe 2 in the future? Sure. The longer this is successful and the more this is successful, sure. Of course. And yeah. I mean, we're not announcing anything certainly, but
it's not the plans right now, but obviously that would be cool.
Will the next free timeline specify the answer? We got it. Will the next PvE content release involve Wonder Woman? Next PvE, besides Age of Justice? Oh, SJ's tweet about returning to Burbank for Wonder Woman related reasons again. I don't know what that she's saying.
I am not sure what to ask SJ. Maybe she'll come on next week and explain herself.
Yeah, I don't know. You're gonna have to ask SJ because I didn't approve that trip. So she's in some trouble.
Cancel.
So Proxy Star is saying that the Cleaver's already in the game because they're on the test server. Yes, but are they ugly as heck, Proxy Star? Do they intersect with everything? That I don't know. It could be.
We can follow up on what the deal is there. I'm not familiar.
We could certainly follow up. I don't care. It's my guess that they want to do it. Will there be a possibility of adding new styles other than using old ones such as paramilitary? Yes, in fact, if you notice our listings, we're hiring a new character artist primarily for this.
For new styles.
Yeah.
I mean, we do add new styles all the time with every event or episode. So I feel like part of that question maybe is missing. Maybe ask it again if we didn't quite answer it.
You make skill points valuable, but everyone could get skill points easily, not like in the past. Content too easy, and anyone could get feats. If you spend some money, you get SP easily. Why it's happening like this? Well, you'll just need more. I mean, you'll need the skill points to get good, and we want lots of different types of players to feel like they can achieve to some level of success in gathering skill points. Yeah, it's really that simple.
And the other, so skill points are primarily important because they give you stats, which is the main thing that the stats event matters. Stats matter when CR differential goes away. So it's not just your combat rating, it's all of your different stats that you can then customize. Some of those skill points, some of those are gear, some of those are mods. Some of those are future things we haven't talked about yet to let you customize your power and where it comes from so that you can make your character your own.
And yeah, there are skill points right now available in time capsules, but that's one of the reasons why there is a way for people to get time capsules for free. It's also the reason why a lot of stuff on time capsules can be sold on the auction house, so that if you play the game, you can still earn what it is you want to earn. Only forever. Many are commenting on the forums. Any chance of launching? Wait.
Any chance of launching DCUO too? Got that question already.
Yeah, I think we got that question.
Yeah, you don't need to spam your question. We're just going through them in order. So.
Yeah. I have a few questions. Okay. The Mr. No Consonant, didn't.
Yep.
My first question, would it be possible to add hood styles to have their own styles section? Sure, we'll write
Instead
it down.
of a hat.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, we'll write it down. Please no point feeds. Please make them 10 points minimum. Okay, Mr. Muzzy, we'll take that into. He wants 10-point minimum feeds. No problem. Is Tess down for an update? Uh-oh. See, I come in here for 5 minutes.
Yes, Tess is down for a new version of the stats revamp with some cool changes to nature and other things. So stay tuned after this for more information.
Lady Lightning commenting on Mr. No Consonants. Jack, can we get a JSA Wonder Woman hairstyle? Also, is the progression system going to keep changing until you feel you get it right? The progression
Are you going to give up?
Never. No, I mean, the reality is, like, how many times has World of Warcraft adjusted its progression system?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like we're constantly trying to respond. The beauty of an MMO is that we're always getting feedback from you, the player, from the forums, from social Facebook, from the actual data, live chats. And so we're always going to be making changes based on that in order to improve the game, and so we can have it running as long as we can. A lot of people submitted feedback on the flawed weapon DPS. Right now, weapons are only based on animation time. This method makes certain animation combos like Shield's two-footed slam obsolete to use. It takes about 6 to 7 taps in one hold, yet the damage from other weapon combos. Just keep on posting those, because you're absolutely right. The animation time should go hand in hand, but it's not just DPS, it's the overall effect of that particular power. So whether it's a debuff that's along with the attack, that could be considered part of the so-called DPS calculation. It could be that we messed up on that particular power. So just send it to Maps.
Yeah, and keep posting in that thread that is going on right now on the testing feedback forum that Moja is responding to. We've definitely looking at the last few weeks since that came up, and we've made some adjustments. So, Jack,
will we ever see the Teen Titans possibly return without Trigon? Sure, of course. I mean, New Teen Titans, the Perez Wolfman run is my favorite comic book series of all time. So of course, absolutely. You know, I'd love to do our version of Judas Contract. By the way, go out and buy the animated film. So, does Daybreak have a refund policy on Marketplace Cash if none was spent in the package you bought? Sony says they have one as long as the Marketplace item has it.
No.
Silac, yeah. Okay, I don't know.
No.
I have no idea. I was hoping the possibility. Okay, didn't is now corresponding to Lady Lightning, so we're going to keep going.
And I'm actually real quick going to slow down the chat so we can catch up on these questions and not have so much conversation in between.
Yeah, if you cannot converse with each other, that would be great because it doesn't help.
So now I got to find out where we're. Oh, things have gotten active, so that's great. Here we go. Okay, right here.
Last Discord regarding about 16. Jack is here. I was wondering what the progress on what some people requested on the last few Discords, allowing us to put 16 armory into one base or 4. Here, yeah, let's just put that down.
So yeah, we're talking about lots of quality of life kind of related things, lifting some restrictions, and yeah, we've noted it before, and I'll note it again.
Stats revamp will be like the last revamp of ours, that with advanced mechanics, when every 1 to 2 month update, and you broke PvP, I'm feeling this will have the same impact. So Freakzor is just worried that with stats revamp, it's going to be this never-ending cycle of trying to fix powers, which then breaks PvP. Yeah, I mean, we have to not do that.
We're also concerned about that.
Yeah.
Working really hard to make it not happen.
I can't promise it won't happen because every MMO, it goes through these same pains. So, Zori, no.
No dates.
No dates.
No dates will be announced in office hours. That's not what it's for.
Magician, have you considered revamping the player name system for better option like @handle? Yeah, actually I did because we're running out of namespace. So yes. And in fact, I even told them, use like the @handle. Will there ever be new travel powers like teleport or tunneling? You must play Champions, which I also made. Possibly, we've actually been talking about that. Has there been any word or plans to add new emotes to the game? No. Jack, can you confirm if we'll get water this year or not? Yes, you will get it this year. Is there a way to increase the log and league roster activity? Yeah, we can take that. We have so many things going on, we can miss if someone leaves. Oh, Cal-El, you can't hear us. Can you hear me now? Can members have lockbox times increased for dropping? Well, that's a really interesting suggestion. Typically, what I'd suggest is just go, because usually it's available very cheaply at the auction house.
Well, lockbox versus time capsule.
Oh, the lockbox. Oh.
Just they drop infrequently, you want them to drop more, I think is what he's saying.
Oh, yeah. Here, write that down. Why not? I don't know whether we might just increase it because you're right. Like, you never get them. I want to know when we can finally have monitors, consoles, and panels for base items like safe houses, PD, Striker Eyes, and OMAG, and a slew of other instances. Good suggestion, Chuck Steak. Like, so all the monitors and consoles and all that stuff.
Sorry, I missed it.
All the monitors and consoles and all of our PvE content. Like, why not make it available as base items? Yeah. The voice chat is not working for me anymore. Lady Lightning says. So that's not good.
That's what I was confirming. Other people are saying it works, so let's just continue for now.
Okay. Can we get the Wayne Manor as a base or league hall for players to use, and more base and hall maps, please?
Okay. Maps. We get that suggestion all the time.
Yep. Any chance of launch? Only forever? I've said there are no plans. That's not to say we wouldn't. It's just no plans currently. Can RNG drops and September-ish content be cross-faction styles?
So way back, we had styles for villains and styles for heroes that you couldn't get on either side.
Okay.
And some of those are still unavailable. Instead of having a generic style or an old style drop, they want to see the other faction styles they don't have yet for those drops. It's a cool suggestion. I'll let it.
Yep. Can you tell me exactly, Blackberry? We skipped a bunch.
Yeah, it's scrolled on us.
Wayne Manor. Can you tell us about things, what we'll get in September's content? We replace all gear and mods we got in Age of Justice episode. Well, I mean, that's kind of up to you, Blur, if you want to replace it all. But
we don't really have details on September yet to share.
Yeah, it's a riddle.
Yeah, it's a mystery.
Can we have iconic auras and give Superman a solar aura that is different than OG solar, and give Batman one with Batmans that swarm around your tomb? Those are, it's funny.
Iconic auras?
Yeah, it's interesting. Why Daybreak doesn't sell Daybreak cash cards compatible with DCUO? Well, that's the first I've ever heard of it.
We don't sell Daybreak cash cards.
Yeah, I think we stopped doing that
for console, right? I think is the
because
they're PSN cards.
Yeah, it's actually Sony PlayStation cards. The enemies in tests, are they meant to attack relentlessly while being attacked, but our combos can be interrupted repeatedly? Seems like they're taking damage, but no real effect. Well, Rock, that sounds pretty bad. So let us know. I'm not 100% sure. Can we have the white mist aura? We got all the mist auras besides that one. Okay. Huh? Why did you decide to push new Mex? Why did you decide to push new players with zero knowledge of the game into the end game, and then decide to nerf the content or make the latest content as easy as possible to accommodate this new wave of players? Well, what we're trying to do is make it so that when we make content, a lot of people can enjoy some of it. And our goal was to make some content, elite content, available only to people at the very tip and end game that was supposed to be challenging. And we kind of missed that. But in theory, there's kind of several different segments of players we want to satisfy. And one are the people that want to run a lot of hard content. The reality, however, is that is a very small minority of people, even at endgame. So then there's a great swath of other people that really can't do stuff that tough. And so we want to have stuff for them. And then, of course, like I said, the goal is that we'd like to create a situation where new players or players that are not at the end of endgame can at least access something that's new and that hadn't been done 5 years ago. So that's what we're trying to do. Can we get chakra hand style in different colors? Maybe the colors to our powers.
You get a whole new weapon or a martial arts weapon? Or?
Yeah.
Not sure I follow.
Yeah. Can we get more iconic style items like Wonder Woman's shield, Nightwing's Eskrima sticks, Robin's cape, Aquaman's trident? Yeah, why not? How soon can we get styles? We submit in the style suggestion thread. There are a lot of good ones. They'll make you tons of money. I'm going to just tell you the God's honest truth, I2H. Fashion items are one of the least selling items in any free-to-play MMO. And you might say, Jack, that's impossible. And I've worked, I think, on 8 MMOs. So it's definitely something. We take a look at the styles. We see what makes sense. We see if there's a demand for it, see what slots in there. So that's why.
And the art team is in that thread looking for ideas and suggestions that fit the content we're making, all that stuff. So,
is there going to be anything done about items stacking higher? This has been brought up numerous times, and months later, TC stacked to 909.99. Why can't many of us say, you know what, light effects, it actually is pretty irritating. And so on a case-by-case basis, I myself yell at the dev team when my stuff. So I think the problem is just dead. There's so many items in the game that our team now doesn't know what to flag unless it's kind of brought to our attention. So just let us know. Put up a thread about it. Cold Fusion can't hear anything. Mex, you can't hear. Thank you, Zori. Continually asking about the revamp date. When will the broker and collections be integrated so it's easier to find the collections that you might need?
Need more detail. Maybe, so you can maybe see what you're missing in the broker? Is that I think I missed that.
Chuck Steak, let's have a Gotham by Gaslight zone where we can queue and do dailies and Gotham Gaslight inspired. So Gotham by Gaslight is sort of it's an Elseworld setting that's more not steampunk, but it's Victorian.
I like that idea.
So it's pretty cool. Why don't neck items have styles? I don't know. Why did the neck item cross the road? Because we haven't gotten around to it.
That's a question for 10 years ago.
Will there be any updates to help balance existing powers before stats revamp update? I'm a full-time nature player, and DPS isn't a practical end-game option. I don't understand why we cannot change armies and form. That's changing. Yeah, we were actually, Meps and I were just arguing, and I'm like, let's just make nature OP. Let's just do that.
You shut up right now.
Let's just, we were in fact just talking about it. So, look, all of our energy is on stats revamp, and part of that revamp is in fact trying to address these discrepancies between the powers.
But just for the record, my professional advice to the team is just add some zeros.
Yep. No, I know.
And move on.
Just move on.
They are mean to me when I say that. So I'm on your side, guys. I'm trying.
Will you guys be doing a PvP update after Water Powers come out? Yeah, maybe. I mean, that's certainly something we could take a look at if it fits thematically with what we're doing, and there's certainly the demand for it. So, yeah, of course. You never know. Jakewa, too much Wonder Woman. It is kind of weird how everything fell, but I don't think.
Look, there's a movie.
Yeah, there was a movie, and we did Summer of Wonder last year because it was the Wonder Woman anniversary. Yeah. So I understand it. It's just the way the cookie crumbled. But there are many other heroes that we're going to be turning our focus on. Can we have all the styles that are not the latest once available for purchase from the rear vendor, so we can make a new tune and don't have to grind to achieve the style?
The real vendor, maybe?
The real,
or like the marketplace?
Or it's just to open up for all characters?
Explain your thought, DC Legend.
Yeah, we'll get to it. Decrease the amount of time capsules that are dropping or increase the stabilizers. Okay, well, thanks for the suggestion. Timeline, will we have a new stats update after office hours?
Yes.
Oh, Chuck Steak, Court of Owls. Wow, great suggestion. Great suggestion. Although I think our stated goals are to resonate with what's more current in terms of.
Is New 52 not current anymore?
No, it's current. It's just that I think we're going to be looking at trying to resonate with what's going on this month, the events that are happening, and as well as to resonate with the movies. So the Wonder Woman movie came out. We did Age of Justice, which was World War II inspired, which had Wonder Woman being part of it. So if Court of Owls gets into a cycle, we'll certainly do it. But if you guys haven't read it, it's arguably some of the best Batman stuff ever written. Is water a combo power? We're going to have to wait and see. Magician, can we open up styles we purchased in the marketplace on test server? It's disabled there. Huh. Yeah.
Probably not. Just because we don't
want you hooked up to the marketplace.
Yeah, we don't want you spending real money on test stuff and then losing it, so it's completely separate.
Jamie Jacket, can you unlock the color on the light ability?
As in make the power tintable?
Yeah, but if we're going to do that on that ability, we're going to do it on every ability.
Yeah.
We've talked about it. Can't remember. We've talked about it. Kal-El with the same question. Big Dog, major event with Lobo and Mongol. Wow, that's an odd couple right there. However, Big Dog, if you're a Mongol fan, I invite you to read the pages of Superman in Action Comics with the return of the Superman Revenge Squad, which Mongol is a member. And of course, Lobo is a member of Batman's Justice League right now. Chuck Steak, hot fix the negative Speed Force material so we can change colors like the Void material. Okay. Boy, these are mighty specific questions.
They are. They want their things.
Right. Yeah. Some of this stuff, I can't even vaguely tell you whether I'm too high up. I don't actually do any real work here. We'll be getting any new Legends characters soon. I don't think any are on the docket.
You don't have any plan right now?
No plan. Cold Fusion is like Mex and several others, and they can't hear anything.
I think we might have filled up Discord, and now we're testing its limits. So you've really brought in more people.
We broke the...
But some people can still hear us, so we'll keep going.
Sorry, guys. That's our fault here. Should I type that in?
I can do it.
Okay, yeah. Will you be doing another commercial for the next major Starro? I love this Starro. Yeah, sure, I'd love to. Do you mean the one where it was a mask, where I wore the mask and stuff, or do you mean the one where I was giving you the inspirations and stuff? Any more booster bundles coming up soon? I don't have any planned. Will we be getting new weapon styles related to the DLC they drop in? Ooh, I'd love that. A lot of people feel like membership is worthless outside of the cash cap. Would there be any current benefits? Would y'all consider improving or adding in the near future? Yeah, sure. We're always looking at it. Always. Mr. Muzzy, I must say all the previous time capsules, this one has been the most balanced. We did change a lot. Did you guys talk about that? How much we changed the drop rates?
I mean, we didn't go into details of what the drop rates are, but we did talk about how we made drop rates better and removed a bunch of the things you didn't want to get anyway so that they were not clogging up your
will there be content with yes, Itos Chrysos. Yeah, sure. That's there's not going to be asbestos lady in anything anytime soon. But good archaic reference. Psylocke. Psylocke. That's the wrong company. Can we get a radio mental attack? Well, that would mean redoing stuff, so I don't know. Is style unlocking still planned for DCUO?
It's on hold as we complete these other things. It was kind of the last thing we announced with water powers that we had not touched yet. So it's not canceled. It's just not planned in the near future.
Sono, why are there no skill points for the collections in the summer event?
That's a question.
That's a good question. Yeah. That sounds like we missed something. Chuck Steak, November is National Mustache Month. Great, I will grow one, I guess. Can we get Tom Selleck and Ravishing Rick Rude mustache ride of omnipotence? Face style. Wow, that's an interesting suggestion. We'll note it down. Wonder Wiccan wants the Golden Age costumes in the marketplace. Sure, that's a good suggestion. Why not?
Because only he will buy them. Sorry,
that's okay.
You were
but if it's already in there, yeah, Hey guys, could you speak? Okay. Hope you're both well. I just wanted to say that on the forum, it seems as if 90% of it is negative, and I think most of your great and your effort is great. Please don't listen to the extremely negative vocal minority. Thanks, Mom. Look, it comes with the territory that people are passionate about MMOs, and they're very passionate about their characters. And so if there's something they don't like and they've been playing a game for hundreds of hours, they're going to let us hear about it. So it's cool. I understand it. It would be nice to call an admin when a boss in a raid bugs out. Only lifetimer and subscribers should have. Ellie May wants my phone number in case something goes down. Yeah, that does suck.
I would love to do that, but the resources and costs that would entail is just insane.
Really, really tough. Proxy Star, is it possible to just release some styles that are gender specific? I know you've said resources are best spent on gender neutral styles. However, it'd be really cool to get the Wonder Woman and Supergirl bombshell styles, even if they are specific to one gender. I would play for these. Yeah, this has been the bombshell stuff's been asked several times. So Pitbull 3, this is the third major combat change in 4 years. Is this the third in 4 years?
Depends how you count. I can count higher than that if we want to.
Oh my God. So in general, no, we don't really want to be screwing around with the integral aspects of the game like this. The reality is that all MMOs are going to be doing adjustments over time for any number of reasons. This one in particular is meant to kind of solve a particular issue that we're having and to provide everybody with a new source of progression, namely the skill points. So how about I can say I hope this is the last one, but I can't promise it is the last one. Seal, hold, charm, seal, celestial, healing, or trolling? I troll all the time, Charm. And what about that hairstyle, Jack? You got distracted. Which hairstyle? You mean mine? My lovely platinum locks?
I don't think that's what he meant. If you're looking for stats revamp info, check our latest update that goes out after this office hours.
Yeah, but the hairstyle.
Or ask more specific questions.
You mean new hairstyles, Charmed? Type a little bit more detail. Summer sale anytime soon, Dark Aria. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not going to tell you.
Not something we'll announce in office hours.
DCUO, could we see following much of the quested storylines for PvE soon?
Like what?
Aquaman, Teen Titans, Justice League Dark, Crime Syndicate, Legion of Superheroes. How about this? I guarantee by the end of the year, you're going to see at least one.
Leaks, spoilers. Jack's breaking the rules, but it's okay.
So yeah, that nobody. I gotta say, even a cryptic, and people hate it because me doing this stuff because I'd always say stuff I wasn't supposed to. Because what am I going to do? Get in trouble? In Revamp, most of Sorcery's powers inflict bad karma. Did you guys fix that? Is that a good thing or a bad thing, Zori?
I think the complaint is too many conflict versus the ones that actually utilize it having it. So that's a question for Moja that I don't have an update on right now.
Yeah, they better fix it because Sorcery is my main.
So Sorcery and Nature can be right?
Yeah, Sorcery is going to be, I'm going to give you a hint. Sorcery is going to be Opu. Will we ever see Aya and Razor from the comics enter the DCUO? Who knows? Who knows?
Just take those as suggestions.
Will all characters ever have voices? No. One of the big things, here's just a little dev tip, is that voice takes up an inordinate amount of memory, huge amount of memory. And so this is one of the reasons why, in fact, in some games, it's the majority of the memory. When EQ2 launched, I believe the majority of the memory was, in fact, all the voiceover. So that's something that we're always very cautious of. And there's no way we could give that amount of variety. We just couldn't do it. Quality of life, armory that is style only, please.
Yeah, love that idea.
That's a great idea, being able to flip back and forth. For the nature and electric players that pay a monthly but replays and but TC, how can you justify not putting resources into those powers until stats revamp? Well, Pitbull, they are part of it. We are working on nature and electric right now on test. So in addition to stats revamp, we are revamping those powers to try to make them competitive. Unfortunately, there was a bug which nerfed nature, which made everybody really mad. So that's why we were joking earlier about just make nature ridiculously overpowered.
And we did make the decision early on to not spend time adjusting these powers on live and then ripping that all out immediately as the stats revamp launches. So I totally get the frustration that you want to be powerful on live right now and you don't want to wait for the stats revamp, but we're kind of over the bridge on that, and stats revamp's going to be here before you know it.
Lantern Jacob, I know it's a long shot, but if we ever see the current UI overhaul, yeah, it's not in the picture this year, I'll tell you that. But as we go into next year, we're still kind of adding in key features and tweaking with some things. And once that gets out of the way, I know the team here has talked about that and how there was a lot of progress done, but it never pushed live. So, can testers get a reward for all hardworking testing stats? I wish I could do that.
I mean,
you have my well wishes.
We would like to figure something out that is awesome for you guys, but does not make everyone who cannot get on a test server hate us and you. And that's a pretty tall order, but we're open to suggestions for sure.
Yeah, sure. Come to Austin. We'll take you to barbecue. Maybe. I have an idea on DC Wiki. This is like longer than War and Peace. And its players in the future, could you add a pause menu? I'll tell you what, we're going to copy and paste DC Wikis because it's so long. No to the ad handle. See, here's the problem, Black Dawn, is that we literally run out of names. And a lot of people who are starting the game now can't get the name of a character that vaguely represents what they want. So I am not the only one who can't hear what is going on. Yes, Kal-El, you are not the only one. There are a bunch of people. We filled the server. Sorry, guys. Is there going to be another name reclaim event? Can you guys please plan one soon? Okay. Yes. Crappy heals. Can we get a testing standard? Everyone has to follow on test server so everyone is on the same page, because right now balance feedback is all over the place because not everybody tests correctly. Totally get where you're coming from. But see, the nice thing about that crappy heals is that that represents more of what actual gameplay is like than if we tried to direct people. Mr. No Consonants. Also pertaining to armories, would it be possible to attach a bank tab in the bank that increased based on the number of armories you have? Basically, 20 per armory. Okay, that's another super specific suggestion.
Yeah, but basically you want more bank slots is really what you're saying. You want to be able to organize your bank and have more slots in it.
Who's Warp Dimensions? Who's Warp Dimensions?
Warp Dimensions is a player moderator.
Oh, a player moderator. Okay.
As is Black Dawn.
Oh yeah. Okay, great. Hey guys, well thanks for helping. Humongous. Oh, nice Road Warrior reference. I think it'd be cool if you could pick any name you want, even if it's taken, but each player has an ID that you can do. Yeah. That's basically the add handle thing. Magician wants a nice simple skirt clothing piece, such as the Amazon skirts. No leggings, no flare, just a nice skirt option. Okay. I remember there was a bug in the HQ where heroes and villains were both flagged as enemies to each other. Could we have an option to have the enabled PvP phase so we can duke it out against each other?
As in heroes fight heroes?
In your base?
In your headquarters?
In your headquarters?
Wherever.
Yeah. It's possible. It's an interesting suggestion.
Got it.
Okay. Could we have a raid boss like Necron and it's not Nurkon, and Trigon as PvP legends? Sure, maybe. I mean, that's a good suggestion. Why not? Can you convince me with the fact that it is impossible to migrate and switch a PC account to PSN? Crossplay was possible, and PCs aren't many like in the past.
So it's not that it's not possible. In fact, it's very easy. However, we have business partners, right, with all our different console partners who are not happy to see their players just jump from their business to somebody else's. Right?
So, look, it's very easy for your Microsoft account name and stuff to be the same as your Apple account name and stuff. Those two companies could cooperate and everything, but they don't because for business reasons. Hold on, guys.
Oh, Jack's got important phone call. Okay, taking over.
Yeah, what's up?
We'll continue. If we get to a very Jack-specific question, we'll save it for later. Populous Mikey says, instead of getting only a mark of victory in the vault, can we get a room full of exobits to help with the gathering feats? Sure, I'll note that. Timeline says, on test, can we get the progress point for all content all the time to make it easier to test? That is a great idea. I will note that down.
Woo, I'm back. Sorry. Buying Ohio State tickets. Go Bucks.
Oh, so it was something very important.
Football tickets came up.
Jack likes two things.
Yeah.
Comics.
No, it's comics, video games, miniature games, role-playing games, and Buckeyes, Eagles, my Sixers, my Phillies.
Okay, that was like 10 things. He's just very excited about certain things.
I am very, very excited. But you guys are like, these questions are, wow. This reminds me of like Boston Sports Radio. If you've ever listened to that, they are really knowledgeable fans about baseball, and they are really into it.
Well, this is the cream of the crop. This is Discord, so people have to kind of work to get here.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
So it's a nice casual conversation. It's like that. Well, we have about 15 minutes left.
All right. No, that's fine. I'll keep going. Instead of getting only a mark to victory in the vault.
I answered that.
Actually, oh, you did? Good. Oh, yeah. Where are we?
Right here now.
Is there any plans to reduce the number of love feats?
LPVE feats.
Love. What game are you playing at home? Cold Fusion.
Although this is an interesting idea.
Oh, sure.
Love feats.
Yeah, why not? I have no idea. Are there any plans?
No, there are no plans.
Okay, there you go. If we run lower level missions, can we have cash drops instead of gear under level 30 that is useless to us at 190? Aha! Great question, Kal-El. However, what if that gear was useful? So I'm going to leave it at that. Can we ever get a permanent pet trinket? Great idea. Stay tuned. Raygun. Why is Elite Loot locked every other week? If Elite is for more advanced players so everyone has something to play, why lock it?
So you have to play the regular raid, right, to unlock the Elite raid every other week.
It's kind of like you have to earn it, Jamie Jacket, can you unlock the color of the light ability? Boy,
A lot of people on that, or one person repeating themselves. But hey, it's a new name.
Oh, maybe it might be. I haven't noted. Can we get a style that hold an emblem on a larger scale, but is slime-like?
Slimline.
Woo! It's Friday. It's before vacation.
Yeah.
I know.
Think Superman X from Legion of Superheroes season 2.
Okay.
Hopefully that means something to you.
Yeah, it does.
We have been putting emblems in different style slots, but they've been kind of smaller, like on your shoulder and stuff, but not like a
all right.
giant.
That's a good suggestion. Light Effects asking also about the stacking. The stacking issue has to do with particular items getting flagged. So literally, we have to go to a designer and say, okay, mark this one item as stacking. And so it's really just acquiring a list so that we can identify what those are. So if there is a list of those items in the forums, Maps just shoot them over.
I mean, it's actually something we may or may not have been already doing and may or may not be planning. So
yeah. Can we get a physics-based hairstyle? No, that's not going to happen. Not right now. Maybe in the future. But when are we likely, Jade Rebel, when are we likely going to seeing a new major event?
Like Star.
Like Starro?
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have something in September, aren't we?
Right. But it's not event, right? It's gonna be more
it's gonna be an event, and it's gonna be more than an event. So there'll be people for Endgame. It's gonna be a little bit more wider based, I think, than Age of Justice is.
Yeah. So that's a tough question. We're kind of changing our direction on what the content will look like and trying to take the best things from an event like Star and the best things from an episode and see what comes out.
We want a dessert topping that's also a floor wax. Anybody remember that reference?
No.
Let's
Sounds
see.
poisonous.
Let's see. What day PlayStation can reset PC?
Right now, replay badges, you can't reset people cross-platform because that's another business requirement.
You can.
Where if you can't pay Daybreak for something that then is for a PlayStation customer.
Yeah, right? Because Sony's like, hey, it's our customer, so we just can't do that. Yeah. Chuck Steak wants to be able to resize emblems and also be able to use them as tattoos. Yeah, that's interesting. Probably not possible right now. That'd be some major new tech. Major. Cold Fusion will be there. Difficulty increase in old content, such as the Batcave raids in the future. Not foreseeable, but certainly once we get Stats Matter done, add some other things in. Yeah, that's possible.
I think he means like up-leveling content. Like play the Batcave again from tier 1, except it's now tier 8 difficulty.
Yeah, no, I
totally
I just want to
make sure you're into it.
Yeah, that is definitely something that we have talked about, but it is not currently on the docket, but it's definitely something interesting. Can we get more Supergirl content in game styles since there's a great TV show? No, it's probably not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's very difficult to be able to coordinate with different divisions, and we're mainly focused on the comic books.
Well, and we're not going to put directly TV stuff in the game, right?
No.
But we might put a Supergirl something in the game.
Oh, yeah, sure. Canadian Justice, Maple Leaf in time for Maple Day? We don't have a Maple Leaf in there?
I couldn't tell you. I'm going to go with no since Canadian Justice.
Yeah, Canadian Justice would probably know. We got to get a Maple Leaf in there. Is that a Guardian there that you have? Or AKA Vindicator? I think it is. I can't see. It's so tiny. Or is that Major Maple Leaf? Canadian Justice is good. There was a character. Can we get a DLC where villains can actually be villains instead of anti-heroes? Maybe force the heroes to help us? Yeah, if that makes sense. Jamie Jacket swag bags with the Justice League movie.
We had in-game swag bags with Batman vs Superman that they had to be removed, right?
We'll do something. We'll do something for the Justice League movie. Are there any plans for another SM map sometime soon?
No.
Quality of life, can you have sparring targets that attack us, that are low in power and low in health? This would make it efficient to tell, that's an interesting idea.
Yeah, support targets.
Yeah. Can we get more villain posters as base items? Sure.
Hey, we made it to the end, and now we need to unlock and let more people ask questions.
We just raced through it.
We've got
You guys are very serious. I was expecting, kind of more broad-ranging questions. They're like, what?
All right. Chat's open again. Ask your new questions.
Can somebody accidentally add BVS swag bag? No. No. Will we ever stop getting new time capsules that give feed points? Some of us have to spend a lot of money to have them all. I'm sorry, Blur. I feel your pain. I play HeroClix if anybody else does, and man, that takes a lot to get the unique stuff. Clarifying my earlier point regarding styles, can we get all the DLC, regardless, of course, not the latest one, that we already achieved and available for all to buy for the vendor for their new turn? This way, the players don't have to grind for style. Okay.
It's essentially style unlocking.
Yeah, style unlocking. Yeah, sure. Someone on the forums wanted to know what my favorite color is. That's inspiring. To my commercial question before, Jack, I was talking about the mask one. Well, hell, now I don't even know what that's about.
Sorry. Trying to have complete questions, guys.
The Avatar Bombardier style to a vendor. Yeah, can we just get that in? Mr. Muzzy isn't the first time I've seen that. Young Justice DLC or event? Gotta say, not a Young Justice fan. Well, wait, which really? Young Justice? The cartoon was fantastic. I just did not like the comic book. It just wasn't that.
I think he means the cartoon.
Oh, the cartoon was awesome because basically it's Teen Titans. Can I get a job, Jackster? Yes, you can. There are many jobs available local to you. Oh,
Daybreak Games /career.
There are many. Movement mode, like the boss from the new content. I told you we're looking at that. We've got some interesting ideas there. Can we increase the number of base amenities and layers? Sure.
We're looking at it. That is one suggestion we've seen.
We have our top men. At the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark, where they had the...
Yes, that's one movie I have
the
seen.
Covenant. Yeah. We have our top men working on.
So if we actually do.
I know, but it's more fun if I say it like that.
Okay.
Any plans to add new powers after water? On a case-by-case basis, but nothing this year. Can we get some modern rifle styles, please? Oh, that's an interesting point.
Be more specific, because we have everything from ancient to sci-fi. So what exactly are you looking for?
Well, I think he means that the rifles we have look like they were made in the 70s. At least...
not all of them.
Yeah, because they're like M16s that were made for the Vietnam War.
Okay.
Can we get some bunny ears? Oh, that's a good idea. We don't have bunny ears? How do we not have those? Can we get acid or wind-like powers? Good suggestions. Will there be more Legends characters for PvP? There's none currently planned. Miss Tickle Fade, any idea when we can expect the style unlocking announced quite a long... You mean somebody announced it a long time ago?
Yeah. We've had this conversation.
I'm sure I'll forget. Will there be any change to open world PvP? At the moment, PvP gear is only useful in arena, and even then at scale, it will be nice to be stronger than PvE players in the open world with the game that we were gear. Well, the thing is that PvP gear is supposed to be good in PvP in the same way PvE gear is supposed to be good in PvE. Now, if your point is that the discrepancy is large, that's definitely interesting. We can look at it.
And that's actually much better in the stats revamp, but they will again drift apart over time. So it's a good thing for us to be cognizant of. Definitely appreciate the suggestion.
Mex, sorry, don't know if you addressed before, but why speed up people to end game and then removing any kind of challenge in the end content? What's challenged to some is impossible to others. Then they stop playing. This is bad for the game. It's really that simple.
The overall situation is also significantly better in the stats revamp because there's a little bit less of a difference between someone who's smashing their face on the keyboard and someone who's being an expert. So that we don't have to have content that will just brutalize everybody else to still provide challenge to end game players. So
will the September content be related to Age of Justice or something different? Something different. Will there be more gestures? None planned. The hairstyle was the JSA Wonder Woman. Is there revamp to Charmed? Check out the test server. I don't actually know if Healing and Celestial are...
There are not significant changes to any of those in today's update.
Would love a way to apply collective pet style to Sorcery and Earth pets. Yeah, I know what you mean, because the Sorcery pets are just bizarre. Yeah, the eyeball. Yeah, that's a good suggestion. Hard, not easy. Lena Jacob, is there a reason why CR relevancy has to say? I mean, in general, it's a good thing for trying to keep high CRs out of low content, but it's also a bad thing because it gives players less to do each day when we're out of relevancy.
So relevancy is for marks of victory, which going forward is not even the prime currency. So we're actually looking at what to do with those past, all that past content that has marks of victory. It's there because as your ability to increase or get more currency, increases, then we have to increase prices to account for that, and nobody likes really high numbers. So it has its purpose for now. It could change in the future.
Maverick Raven, can we get iconic characters in our base like Alfred? Yeah. I mean, it's a good suggestion because Lord knows. I mean, you put cats and chickens in there, right?
No chickens yet. Spoiler. Actually, no, spoiler.
There's no chickens. Can we get a better deal in stabilizer keys in the marketplace? Well, we have sales from time to time. So most of sorcery's powers inflicting bad karma is a bad thing, hence the name bad karma, I guess. That was a joke. It was a bad one. Can you make a portal where we can walk into any alert raid instance and make it much easier with regards to old content?
Yeah, so basically bypass the queue. Instead of waiting for 70 everybody to show up, just go in alone. If it's old, you can take it, that kind of thing. We've definitely talked about it, or similar solutions.
Why do we have to earn a progress point to unlock Elite? Seems like it's a replace sales ploy. Why do we have to earn it? Oh, you mean to unlock it?
Yeah, and you probably don't care about the first time, but having to do it every other week, it's definitely feedback we've seen.
Yeah, in fact, will you add any story from what's going on in DC Rebirth right now? Yes, very soon. We put a spot involved for cash to make it easier to give alts cash. Also higher stacks for soders. We should do that. Are you guys working on improvements for the broker lag, and broker errors that plagued the game for a while? We're always working on fixing bugs, but I don't know of anything of huge overhaul.
Yeah, and we did make actually significant improvements to that in the update previous to this one. They obviously did not fix the problem entirely, but it's still something we're looking at.
We make the feats from cross-faction styles available to both heroes after the stats revamp. Okay, it's a suggestion. Can we get a crossbow? We'll note it down. Can we get crossbow pistol style and wand weapon style? Ideally, if you see it on a character, eventually we'd like to have it also available for players. Will there be ever a skip button to go past cutscenes? I've seen numbers numerous times in queues. God, I'd love that. Some of them we can't because you're actually in game. And if you were to skip it, the critters aren't ready to be attacked yet. They don't even know you're there, so you could kill it in an instant. So yeah.
We actually use them to set things up sometimes, so you can't skip.
Would it be possible to give in a suggestion for current power, perhaps more lore-wise, but also works in tandem with how powers are working? I've been working on an idea for some time. Yeah, of course. Post it.
Yeah, best spot for that is the forum, so let people discuss it.
Can we get a pair of cat ears? We don't have cat ears either.
Not without the whole skin. Yeah.
We should have cat ears. Dizzy, revamp.
No date.
No date.
We got 2 minutes left, so
we see the alerts come back in September. I don't know.
Elite alerts?
I don't know. But certainly it's something that we're talking about. Will we see materials pop up in the marketplace? No current plans. When will tests be back on? Soon?
About 7:30 Central.
Could we please get the market victory cap raised now that it's no longer the main currency? Okay. Good suggestion, Mystical Fate. Can we have a full JSA in the marketplace in a future time capsule? Yes, everybody wants the Wonder Woman style. There are more styles going to be available in the Aqua Center to buy. Not planned. Can we get Circle Florence and Freak Show? No cyanide. That was City of Heroes. We don't own that IP. Isn't that the purpose of getting gear to beat the content? But if we can do it at entry easily, what is the purpose to gear it up? So Mex, you might be awesome at the game, but there are some in-game players who are what I like to call casual in-game players. And if they can't actually beat it, they stop playing and they get pissed. What I want to do is have a variety of toughness levels so that if you are a badass, we have that for you. But if you don't have, if you can't do that, then you don't need to worry about it. Will there ever be another marketplace cash discount? Probably not. Will combo powers be released with no counter vulnerabilities in PvP when stats revamp drops? I do not believe that is part of stat revamp.
That is not our plan right now.
Can we have access to something like Chrono, like something EverQuest and DCUO?
Time currency?
Yeah, but that's a wacky one. The answer is kind of. We are working on something. Boy, they really want the hairstyles for the new DLC.
They really do.
Yeah.
They love
look
that.
at the LPVE feats? Yes, Maverick. We wrote it down. Is Troll conceptual in the back burner until after their stats revamp?
So we made some significant changes to how trolling and power healing works in the revamp that were super unpopular, and we've rolled most of them back. We are not looking to make further major adjustments to that role with the revamp.
And what the Green Arrow? Any chance you had the Gorgon Slayer style from AF3 to the? We'll write it down.
It'll eventually get there, yeah.
Ubisoft getting a console test server for the Division. Why can't Daybreak do the same thing for DCUO?
That's a great question, because right now it takes us a long time to publish to a console test server or console server, so a test server is not feasible. But maybe things have changed, so we'll check it out.
Yep. All right, guys, is that it?
That's it.
All right.
Thanks for coming,
Thank
Jack.
you very much. Hope you all enjoyed it.
And thank you to everyone else who came today. We are going to see you again next week for another version of Community Manager Office Hours. We might even have, no, actually we won't. We might have another special guest, but we'll announce that later. As always, really appreciate you guys playing DCO and hope you guys have a great long weekend. We'll see you next time. Bye.